According to Lauren Zander, we shape our lives around perceptions and assumptions that aren't confirmed by others. Just because you witnessed a situation and perceive something to be true does not mean it is. And it is true that perceptions and assumptions rule a lot in today's society. For example, how many of you judge somebody before you've even gotten to know them, before you've even gotten to talk to them actually? And when was the last time you changed your opinion about somebody that you know, whether it's a close friend or an acquaintance? I remember talking to my friend for about 2 to 3 hours one night. We had a very casual conversation and just eventually started getting into deeper topics about what was troubling us and our families and different things like that. And he's told me about a lot of things that I never knew about him before. And because of how he deals with these things, I just see him in a whole different light and gain a lot of respect for him. So today I try to encourage you to learn more about your close friends, see if it changes your opinion of them for better or for worse. Most people base their opinions of others primarily from their appearances or their actions. This is also true with the few bits of info that we may get from other people, such as secondhand accounts. These secondhand accounts can be from just somebody telling you something directly or from rumors or gossip that you've heard. People also tend to have distorted perceptions of others based off of these small amounts of info. One example of this is selective perception. According to L.J. Strong, selective perception refers to the process of categorizing and interpreting information in a way that favors one category of interpretation over another. Thus, selective perception is generally considered to represent a bias in information processing. Another example of this is forced consistency. Forced consistency is an accurate attempt to make several perceptions about somebody agree with each other. For example, I may feel that somebody is rude and arrogant, and say we're in a situation where I'm struggling in class and I don't understand what's going on. This person decides to help me by telling me a study tip or, hey, here's what I did on my homework. Even though what they're doing is a helpful action, I'm going to perceive that as them being rude or arrogant. And that can be used whether in a negative sense that I've used or in a positive sense. Another example of distorted perception is prejudice, where you judge somebody of a certain group or you judge somebody because of their group that they belong to and their characteristics that they have. These prejudices are based on stereotypes, which are just exaggerated inferences about a group of people, and they can lead to discrimination, where discrimination is where you act off of these prejudices. So, like the whole Black Lives Matter movement that's going on today, it's only happening because of all the incidents we've seen with police officers where they use a discrimination against black suspects and they end up killing them. I know too many friends of mine who just gossip and make inferences of people's personalities based off of the few things that they've heard or seen from them. We can change these perceptions by questioning the accuracy of them and to be conscious of people as you get to know them. According to Sundown Vertebra, we also need to realize that perceptions will eventually change over time. Daryl Davis took these methods to heart when he began attending KKK rallies and speaking to members to understand them and understand where their hatred comes from. Davis was a black man, which is a really insane thing to think about, but he took it to heart. I'm not asking you all to do something so extreme, but just apply it in your personal lives. To visualize this, for example, if you like somebody and wanted to be in a relationship with them, you'll only tend to pay attention to the likable aspects of their personality and actions. This is what goes with the one example of distorted perception I provided, which was selective perception. To solve this, if you consciously paid attention in that situation, you would see both aspects of a person, whether they're positive or negative, and you may not see them in the same light that you once did, and you realize that they might not be as great as you originally thought that they were. Today, I've encouraged you to try and learn more about your close friends, see if it changes your opinion of them for better or for worse. Perceptions are a big aspect of viewpoints. Without truly knowing about people, we're only making guesses about what they're actually like. By being conscious and seeking more information, we can refine our perceptions of other people. By June 30th, I want you to decide which friend that you're going to talk to or have a conversation with, and try to have at least a moderate conversation with them, 20, 30 minutes, whether it's through call or text, and ask them about how they're doing, if there's anything that they're going through, any troubles. And if you're both having trouble opening up, you could start with yourself and reveal some things that you're comfortable with. And after your discussion, write down the perceptions that you had before and the perceptions that you had after, and see if you have noticed any types of differences in how you perceive them. Humans are the complex beings in today's world, and we need to be reminded of this. First impressions aren't always everything.